Alie, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, fire away, dude.
What?
Fire away, dude.
Oh. Yes or no? Finding the right hair color for you, Alie, can be a challenge.
What color is my hair right now?
Burgundy.
Yeah, was that on purpose?
No.
Did I need to use E-Salon?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, wait. You can scratch that.
No, it's great. E-Salon offers professional grade, leave that in, completely personalized hair color that's created just for you and delivered right to your door. Alie, you fucking need this.
I need it so much. This is the last time I will color my hair without taking the steps to get the right color. I grabbed a color off the shelf. It was the wrong color. My hair is maroon now.
Don't do it. Alie, do you love questionnaires?
Yes.
Here's a hair questionnaire. Upload your photo and a personal colorist will formulate your individually blended color from over 15,000 pigments.
Oh my God.
I know.
I need E-Salon and a time machine to go back to yesterday.
Totally. Well, they've got you covered. There's 100% satisfaction guaranteed if you're not happy, Alie.
Oh God, I need
with
this.
Your color. It will give you a free reformulation or refund.
I think anything's better than what I did to myself before.
I mean, you look cute.
Thanks, dude. But you know what? I like that the color doesn't fade. Like they have the grays covered. Because I get some grays every once in a while.
I mean, at 23 years old, our gray is like pretending to start to come in.
I know. It's probably because we're such big thinkers.
We're so young.
So you can visit esalon.com/slumberparty, all one word. And do that. You get 50% off your first order. So that's $10 for your personalized hair color, which is crazy because the last time I got my hair colored in a salon, it was like $180.
Dude, you can do it your freaking self. I've been doing it my freaking self for years and years.
Yeah, I really got the wrong color. So I need to use eSalon. You get 50% off your first box at esalon.com/slumberparty. So go do that. Don't be an Alie Ward.
Send us photos too. Hashtag it at, I don't know, Alie in Georgia. Let's see your hair.
Yeah, just tag us in it on Instagram. Let's see your pictures.
Let's do it.
I want to look at your hair.
Bye. Listen, you shouldn't have to stretch your budget to buy jeans with a little give. High-end denim can cost hundreds of dollars, but bargain brands don't offer the same level of style and comfort.
Yeah. You can't get some jeans that cost you hundreds of dollars and like have to do a juice cleanse to get into them.
Totally. So Distilled, spelled DSTLD, they've revolutionized the fashion industry with their timeless luxury grade denim. So you get jeans that would normally cost you hundreds starting at just $65.
Yeah. They eliminate these crazy markups because they refuse to work with middlemen.
Refuse. They ship directly to you for free and guarantee the fit, or they'll send you a new pair until they're perfect. Distilled jeans are built to last and will be a staple in your closet for years.
They also have a bunch of fall jackets. So if you're like into a classic denim or you want like a bomber jacket, you can just expect the same level of quality.
Okay. And so for a discount, go to dstld.com/feral and you'll get $10 off your first order.
That's
d.com/feral for $10 off. Bye. Thanks. Bye.
Feral Audio. Hi, it's Slumber Party.
With who?
With two girls named Alie and Georgia.
There's two girls each named Alie and Georgia.
Yes. My full name is Alie and Georgia. And my name's actually Georgia. That's Alie.
It's a matter of time before we both just change our name to Alie and Georgia.
Alie and Georgia, I know.
It's gonna happen.
Hey, okay, welcome to Slumber Party with Alie and Georgia. It's a Slumber Party theme. Here we go. We always start with one thing we learned. Alie, what'd you learn?
You go first.
Okay. I learned that my favorite childhood author, Roald Dahl, wrote stuff like James and the Giant Peach and Matilda and that sort of thing. Well, he has a granddaughter named Phoebe. Phoebe Dahl is the cutest name I've ever heard in my life.
It's the cutest.
She's a 25-year-old adorable hipster lesbian. I love her. And she just opened a a pop-up clothing store in Silver Lake.
Stop it.
Right where we live. It's
Stop
called
it.
Fair Cloth and Supply. And at first I was like, oh, great. Some like rich fucking someone's daughter, like open her clothing store. And I was like really ready to tear it apart. But then for every garment sold, she gives one school uniform to a girl in Nepal. So I was like, oh,
Stop.
you're the best human being
It.
that ever lived.
How are the clothings?
They're not my style and they're kind of ugly. But I love the idea. I'm sure someone's into it. You know, I'm really...
What is not your style?
It's very like flowy cloth, cotton garmenty, you know?
There's so much cloth.
There's just like a lot of cloth and a lot of like neutrals and a lot of
Okay.
like extra cloth.
There's fabric.
There's a lot of fabric happening.
So, you
And,
know
like,
what?
yeah.
For every maxi dress, she could make 17 garments for tiny children.
Right? Just
Let's
cut out
spitball-
the middleman.
just spitballing.
Let's just go to Nepal and make clothes for
But
kids.
that's really great.
But isn't that
though.
great? And
yeah.
yeah. And if you need everyone look her up right now.
What's it called again?
Phoebe Doll. She's like cute as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for her.
Yeah.
How'd you learn that?
My friend Doug Jones sent me an email of that because he knew that I loved Roald Dahl as a child.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Don't you like when people that you like know you well enough to see some random fucking
Yeah.
article and be like, send it to you?
Yeah, they're like, I thought you would like this picture of someone mounting a pickle jar.
He also sent me a picture of Susan Sarandon playing ping pong in a red jumpsuit.
She's amazing at ping pong. Did
I
you
know,
that?
yeah.
She's like, Susan Sarandon is like bizarrely good at ping pong.
I think she even opened a ping pong bar or something.
I think she may have, yeah.
Okay, what'd you learn?
I learned that, do you know what hot pot is?
Oh, it's like a Korean dish.
Does everyone know this?
You didn't know that?
God damn it. I went to Hot Pot last night.
Oh my God, did you go to Pot?
I went to Hot Pot in Monterey Park. I have some friends that live in Pasadena and they always go to Hot Pot and it's open
Whoa.
late. And I was like, I don't understand it. Is it fondue? Is it soup? Is it food?
Tell us what it is.
You go in and there's a table and underneath there's a stove and then you order a bunch of things. It's like fondue but with soup is what it is. And you can get like a yin yang kind of cauldron and one side's spicy and one side's not.
It's like broth though, right?
It's brothy.
Like ramen broth almost.
Yeah, and then you just keep tossing in noodles and it's kind of weird because you'll like throw a piece of meat in and then you don't want to be like, that's my piece of meat, but you want to watch it and
Because it cooks in the hot pot.
and it's really salty and delicious and weird. But I just kept hearing about hot pot, and I was like, I'm not going to look it up because I don't know what it is yet, and I
Yeah.
have a feeling. Anyway, it was
Do you
goddamn
think it's the
delicious.
next new thing? Ramen's out.
I don't
Hot pot's
even
in?
know. I don't even know. I would still go for my own bowl of ramen,
Yeah.
but I will say that my tongue is infirmed today, and I had all of the spicy, and I worn off.
I feel like
eroded
I'd
a lot.
be more into Korean barbecue than hot pot. Is that
I would be into just what is that? Oh, Korean barbecues where you just toss it on the. You have a
on the-
hibachi.
Yeah.
Do you know I went to Korean barbecue once right before I met up with a guy that I was just started dating, and I got this green salad. And when it came to me, I started eating it. I was like, it's kind of slimy, but whatever. And I kept eating it, and then I realized that it was just all green onions. And then I had this date afterward, and I went to Rite Aid and bought like all the banaka they had. And he still was like, I can smell it on you. I was mortified. Anyway, let's ask her.
Speaking of
God.
smells, let's. I don't know. That didn't mean. She doesn't smell.
That was a tragically inappropriate segue.
I know, but she's a good friend, so I feel like it's okay. You know what I mean? And
She
she's
loved
laughing.
it. Looked at her. She
Okay, this
loves
girl,
it.
we are good friends with her. We've known her for a long time. She's a fucking talented as hell. She's a director.
Mm-hmm.
She does stuff like music videos and commercials and all her own little puppetry and
She works
miniatures.
with puppetry
And miniatures.
but like high-end hardcore puppetry.
Pause
And
real
it's
quick. Pause this and
great.
go to catsolon.com and watch Cat. If they had to watch one right now just to be like, this is what Cat's about, what would they
Go
watch?
to Vimeo.
Go to
Speaking of
Vimeo.
this,
she says.
Vimeo.com /Cat Solon. And then the most recent ones.
Okay, so watch those real quick. Yeah, see you in a second.
Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
All right, do that or do it later.
Okay, whatever.
Let's ask her what she learned.
Cat?
Hi.
Cat.
Hi. Can I really quick talk about
Absolutely.
a couple things?
Yeah.
Okay. I think like did she pick Nepal because it rhymes with doll? Like
I thought
Roald
about that.
Dahl Nepal.
I don't know. And like, what's wrong with the girls in Africa? Don't they get school uniforms too? Like, how do you pick like one place to get school
I'm
uniforms?
sure she did a little Googling, you guys.
Yeah, it's probably her cause.
Some
Probably her
Googling.
cause.
She may have had a research assistant.
She's like, who's got the dart and the map?
Yeah.
She was poor.
She's like, and New Jersey.
yeah,
Canada.
That's a good question. Nepal, doll in Nepal.
Yeah. And I was a huge Roald Dahl fan
Yeah.
as a kid. Huge, enormous. I loved Roald Dahl and Stanley Kubrick, and when they both died, I was like, what? Like, how did they die before I could meet them? I was
Ray
too young
Bradbury.
to...
I met him though, but
Yeah.
he for me was
Who did
like
you meet?
Ray Bradbury.
Oh, that's
But
right.
Douglas Adams dying without me meeting him.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a couple years.
Stanley
bro.
Kubrick, I wanted to like go to his house and look at his bathrooms because bathrooms in his movies were always amazing, and that's what I really wanted to
I never thought about that.
be able to see at some point. That documentary Stanley Kubrick's Boxes is really
I
it's
haven't
like being in his house.
Whoa.
But also Quentin Blake, who did all of Roald Dahl's books, the illustrator.
yeah.
Who did, is that the right name? I think so.
You know that Ray Bradbury's estate just had an online auction and sold like all his original like book cover ideas that was drawn by his his collaborator and like all his original, which is so depressing because it's like clean out the estate never existed. Yeah.
What do you mean clean out the estate that never existed?
I mean, and now it's like it never existed.
it's not together.
His
It's
collection,
not in its-
yeah.
But you
it's not-
guys,
I know.
the teacup is broken, is what they say, which means everything. That, like if you're holding a teacup, that shit's gonna break one day. So just like get over it.
Just let it
like
go.
everything's gonna get fucked. So
Yeah,
just
that's-
like
I relate that to just the kind of work we all do, that it like I sort of accept in myself that it never gets easy and that you never make it. Like even when you think you've made it, you already are onto something else that's really difficult, and so you never actually get that satisfying feeling of like I've done
Yeah,
it, like
yeah.
I'm successful. That never happens, so you just have to let that go
Is that
and
good or
not
bad?
accept that. Well, it's just that's not what it's about. It's about just continuing to work.
yeah, and
That's
liking
I
what
think.
you're doing, right?
Yeah, and just continuing to enjoy the daily process of it and never expecting to have some sort of like trophy handed to you or a medal put around your neck for it.
But in our industry, they actually do give you trophies.
Yeah,
I
we
know,
got a
I know,
taste
but you
award.
just, but then those trophies, yeah, they're great, I guess. I don't know.
Can you hawk one of those? That's the real question.
I know.
Can you
I
sell
use
an
one
Emmy?
to hold up a window in my house.
Oh my god.
Really?
I have a window in my house that won't stay up unless something's under it. So I put one of the trophies I've gotten
Didn't
for
you-
music videos to hold it up.
Allie, didn't you go to someone's house once and they had an Emmy in their like kitchen cabinet?
Yeah. They. I won't
have
say
to
who it
say who.
is. We dated for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had an Emmy and he didn't know where to put it, and so it was just in an empty kitchen cabinet. And I was like, oh, that's humble.
There's an Emmy.
It's
28, not 20 minutes, you guys, but like 30.
Yeah. Just until. What did you learn? Oh, you
I wanted
haven't.
to say also
Yes.
about Banaka.
Yeah.
In junior high, because Banaka had alcohol content, we used to buy Banaka and just spray the fuck out of
To get
our
drunk?
mouths and like pretend we were
Yeah.
drunk
Pretend.
because of Banaka.
I think of all those
In the
pretend,
back- in the
like
back of
I
the
feel
bus.
some things
Yeah.
when you're a kid.
Oh, no.
Getting high and off like probably the swaggiest weed you've ever like would not get a fucking cat high. You're like, I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel something.
I feel excitement and bonding.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't tell us what you learned.
I learned. I've been listening to a lot of NPR, and they talk about ISIS a lot. And
Bring it.
I was like, what the fuck is the difference between ISIS and ISIL?
Yes, this
and
is a
why does
great
Obama
topic.
say ISIL, and why does
I want this.
NPR say ISIS, and why aren't they just agreeing on one?
I don't know this, and I want to hear it.
I don't exactly. I looked it up, but I still don't quite understand. But there's a really good article on The Independent, written by a girl named Lizzie, who says like that. Okay, actually, if it were like their dream, the terrorists would want everyone to call it just the Islamic State.
Okay.
Not. So that would be the ICE. So just IS.
Got it.
But everybody refuses to call it that because that's like giving in to their wishes.
That's giving it power.
So
right?
yeah, and so actually in France they've started calling it Daesh, which takes Islam and Muslim religions out of it and just describes
because
them as
Islamic. They're not all like
Yeah.
this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like
Yeah.
these poor Muslims and Islamic people who are like, "Hey, bro, I just want to pray and like don't want to murder
Not
you."
really into murdering.
yeah, exactly. I'm trying to find what Daesh means.
But what's the difference between ISIS and ISIL then?
Okay. ISIS and ISIL. ISIS is the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria.
Yeah.
But it's actually, they haven't actually, that's like a translation issue. And they actually it's Syria. It refers to Syria, and the word that they think is Syria. First three words translate to the Islamic State of Iraq, while al-Sham refers to Syria and the wider surrounding areas. The group's stated goal is to restore an Islamic state to the entire region. So that's why they want it to be the Islamic State. But ISIL is the Levant, which refers not just to modern-day Syria, but Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, and Jordan.
Ah, got
So
it.
it's actually much wider.
And that's what they really, is that what they really, their goal? Or is it
Yes.
ISIS is their goal?
Well, I think that the reason that like Obama and like if you hear anyone from Great Britain talking about it, they call it ISIL
'Cause it's
is
wider?
They're saying it's a much bigger issue than just Syria. It's all of the like undefined region
Yeah.
known as the Levant.
That's really interesting. Also,
Yeah.
why does Levant sound like a delicious pastry?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
of the guy, the devil, the Satan's, what's his name? Levon.
Yes.
Anton
know.
LaVey.
Anton LaVey.
Oh,
well,
Anton
and one of the reasons why ISIS is like kind of complicated is because ISIS is also the name of the Egyptian god of an ancient Egyptian goddess.
Oh.
And apparently there's an American woman named Isis Martinez who unsuccesssly petitioned the U.S. media to stop using her name.
Okay, ISIS.
please.
All right, ISIS Martinez.
Calm
Well, you know
down.
what? My friend, I have an old coworker. Her boyfriend was or is in a band called ISIS.
Oh, shit.
And that they're like a moderately successful band. And
Yeah.
apparently, I kept seeing things on Facebook posted from her and about how the band is like, come on.
That's like, remember Anthrax, the band Anthrax, when
Yes.
like, the
Oh,
Anthrax
wow,
scares were
you're
going on,
right.
they were like, shit.
Yeah. They're like, we're changing our name to Cipro or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Allegra.
I totally remember that. That's well, that's actually really good to know because I do hear that, and I didn't know
It was driving me crazy.
what the preference was there.
I was like, is someone just mispronouncing it and refusing to accept that they aren't saying the wrong name?
well, it's what do you
saying
like?
the right name.
What is your news process? I always am interested. Like, what news do you read? Do you get it from Twitter? Do you get it from an aggregator? Do you read the New York Times every
I
day?
used to always get it from Twitter. Now I search it out like it's old timey times. I listen to NPR, and then when they talk about things on NPR that are interesting to me, I go to like other news sources that I trust, and I look at it further through those other news sources. And then every now and then, because of the thing about Twitter that I really liked the most is like actually like reading the trades, like the like Variety and all that stuff, and having it just come to me and me not having to search it out. But every now and then I'll look at all those Deadline Hollywood.
Well, you don't do social media anymore.
Yeah, let's talk
Not
about
really. Yeah.
Kat has sworn off social media to a point that she has an Instagram account, Kat Solon, at Kat Solon. But your assistant.
Yeah, but I take
Post
the
everything.
photos.
I know you take the photos.
Dustin.
Dustin's laughing.
I take the photos, I color correct the photos, and then I send the photos to her,
Oh my God, I love it.
and she posts the photos.
Because you don't trust yourself.
I just don't. Now when I go to the bathroom, I think thoughts. I don't look at my phone and obsess.
How
and
come
then-
we all don't talk about that? Like everyone, we're on the toilet with our phones, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone all
Most
the
people
time.
are liking your photos while they're pooping.
I know.
I've been trying to go old school again and look at magazines.
Oh, I thought you were going to say just like pooping outside.
I've been trying to go old school and just wear diapers. Like going back to my roots, you guys. Yeah. So you think thoughts on the toilet?
Yeah, and the thing that really hit home for me was I was on a set and I had 50 people working for me, making my dreams come true. Everybody was in front of me. I was waiting for them to set up a new shot, and it was all going really well. And so I was like looking at my phone, and one of my clients, who's also a really good friend of mine, and so she was like on set with me because she had written the spot that we were shooting. She looks over at my phone and she goes, "Kat, what the fuck?" And I was like, "What?" And I finally realized what I'm looking at, and she was like, "You have this set in front of you and you're looking at a photo of a bowl of fruit on Instagram." I was like, "Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. I don't need to do that. I can I don't know." And I don't know. it made me feel things that I've never felt, like in like crazy jealousy or just sadness when I, you know, if I wasn't included in something that I don't feel naturally.
Yeah.
Like if someone tells me later, like, oh, we went to dinner last night, I'm like, oh, cool. That's awesome that you guys went to dinner. Where'd you go? Oh, cool. That restaurant sounds awesome. And I don't feel like jealous or sad.
Yeah.
But if I see a photo someone posted of like, look at all of us, we're at dinner without you. And I'm like, I don't, like, that makes me just want to cry and move away into a tiny cave in the mountains.
Tiny cave where they have
Well, I'm impressed
only
that you were able to
internet
do that because I've sworn off that shit and gone right back.
Well, that's the
Facebook
thing,
especially. Ugh.
I tried a few times. I tried to like delete it off my phone. I tried to change my password every time. I tried everything and my brain kept making me go back. And so finally I was like, hey Brittany, like
Here's your new job.
Yeah.
Please help me.
Well, how has your life changed work-wise? I think a lot of people, especially their work is tied to their personal
I know.
life, think that they'll get more jobs or they'll stay in the loop. Do you feel like you have been able to focus on your work more, work less?
Definitely. I'm definitely able to focus on my work more. I'm reading more again, like long form things and books and like actually reading with my eyes. I listen to a lot of audiobooks too while I work, but I've been reading and I spend less time on I feel like when I was on it I was getting more information but tiny amounts of more information, and now I feel like I get a lot of information about specific things. So I don't necessarily get as much stuff thrown at my head, but I get the things I do get thrown at my head I actually find out a lot about. And so there's that. And then as far as work goes, that's why it's important to me not to just leave entirely. I still want to interact. Like when Brittany comes and works with me, like I look at it and I interact as much as I can for a little amount of time. And then I like ignore it again.
Speaking of, Kat created a hashtag that caught on, and I love it. And you should go look at it. It's Night Places, which it's just really beautiful photos of things at night, right?
Yeah, I guess for me, it's like when nighttime things look like dioramas, you know, like, or when you can, and also just the idea of everything being really empty. Yeah. And liking that and appreciating
They're
that.
really beautiful. Everyone go look at Night Places.
Yeah, and then get off social media probably.
Yeah.
I know. Still, like, that's a thing. It's still, but people, I think it is important. Like, I do still get jobs for people being like, hey, Kat, I've been following your Instagram and, you know, and hey, you want to shoot this thing for me? I didn't know that you shot photos. I thought you just made puppets. I didn't know that you did drawings. I thought you were just a director. Like that's, you know, so it's good to show that stuff to people. That's really important. But at the same time.
And you hiring other people too, though. Like you.
Yeah, I find people on there.
Yeah, like people you know through other people. And
that's how I found Brittany.
your assistant, really?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Well, what is a typical work day like for you? Because you direct, you make spots. You're like you are working with puppets. Like, what's a typical day like for you?
Well, if I'm not in production, a typical work day is I get up and I answer emails and do a bunch of phone calls and I go swimming, and then I come back and prep for jobs or try to think of like something to make next. But when I'm in production, it's pretty much all day. Just I have to, at the beginning of a project, I come up with a bunch of references and I figure out what I want the whole thing to look like. Then I draw usually designs of what the sets are going to look like and what each scene is going to look like. Like I usually draw my own storyboards. Sometimes I work with a storyboard artist. So a lot of that is like me sitting in a bar way like out of LA, like by myself, where I won't run into anyone I know, and just drawing while I'm drinking and
drinking?
coming up with ideas. Whiskey.
Yeah.
And also I like tiki drinks.
Tiki drinks? Oh, that's right. You took me to that tiki bar.
Yeah. But I try not to drink the really sugary ones, although they're mostly sugary.
Do you have a favorite tiki bar?
Yeah. My very favorite bar in the world. I don't know if I want to give this information.
Oh,
to
okay.
everyone,
What's your?
We went there, right?
Yeah.
I know it.
It's in the Val, right?
We went there. It's Trader Sam's at the Disneyland Hotel. But I think it's like people.
No one's heard of Disneyland though. For the most part.
Do you want to plug Disneyland real quick?
Yeah. What is it called? And is it two words or
Disneyland
one?
needs my help, huh?
Disneyland is one word or two?
It's one word.
Okay,
And
okay.
actually, if you put it in your phone, it'll capitalize it for you and make it 100. It'll do it.
That's right.
Pat's obsessed with Disneyland.
That's true.
I'm not at all into the commercialism. Like I hate most of it. But I love the things that haven't changed since like the 1950s, and I love the things that are like I love how every inch of that place is designed to the nth degree, and I love I love the messed upness of it.
The folklore.
Yeah, I love the folklore.
The cats that live there
there's cats that live there. Yeah,
mice.
Yeah, and I love the. And I like places that I also love airports. Like I like places where I'm not going to see anyone that I know. Yeah. And everyone that I see, I'm never going to see again.
Well,
that's like my favorite feeling.
Well, let's ask this one. We ask our guests this sometimes. Let's say you could have your perfect day. Perfect day from start to finish. You could do anything. You could eat anything. You could be anywhere.
Yeah. Where do you wake up?
You could do some teleportation if you needed to. I mean, it's fantastical. So go for it.
Oh my gosh, that's hard. Well, when I was little, I had free airfare because my parents were for the airlines.
Oh, wow.
So I could just jump on an airplane at any time and go wherever I wanted.
Holy shit.
And I did. As a kid, I had like, until I was 23, every guy I dated lived in another city. What? Which was perfect because you could go there only when you wanted to see them. And it was great and awesome and perfect for that moment. And then you left and it was still, that was really nice.
That's funny.
But I feel like my perfect day would be, so I was raised in a family, like my parents, they like got to know each other by going on day trips when they were
that's cute.
Like my dad was my mom's boss at the airline and they would go together to like Hawaii for lunch on their days off.
I'm going to throw up.
My God.
And then they come back like that night.
I'm physically nauseated.
And when I was really little,
like that's the best.
Oh, not really little. When I was like 17, 18, getting ready to like go to college, I would fly every Wednesday to LA from Arizona, and I would take figure drawing classes at Cal Arts from 9 to 5.
Oh my God.
And then I would fly back home at night. And it was
That's incredible.
It was the best. So that kind of stuff is really fun for me. I love like taking a trip that is only for the day.
Wow.
But like on an airplane where you're like, what the fuck? I left here this morning and now I'm back. And so that's kind of part of it. It's hard to say though, the full swimming would be involved. I love swimming. And for me, a perfect day is a day when I get to swim, and I try to do that every day. So maybe like flying on an airplane to some like incredible pool that I've never been to, and then like swimming a mile, and then like eating something really delicious and getting drunk, and then flying back home and getting an Uber home. Not having to like think about driving home from the airport.
Getting a fucking taxi cab.
Yeah,
no
getting
offense.
a cab, getting a black car, like some nice like
those
and just passing
tiny
out.
waters in the back.
Yeah, just. And
What would you draw at all during this, or would you like?
I would
you window shop?
No, I would draw. I would draw something. I would have something to draw. I would have something to work on that I had to like finish. And that would be.
love that.
I'd probably draw when I was a kid. I'd always draw on the airplane. I'd use my mom's makeup, and I would make like crazy.
Oh
art
my
out of
God.
using my mom's
she
makeup
love
on
that?
the airplane. She hated it.
Oh, can you imagine if you're like, oh, I got a MAC pencil, and then it turned into like blood spurting out of a dead unicorn or something, and be like, oh, come on.
I was going to ask a question. Oh, I have a slumber party question.
Bring it.
It's kind of similar, but okay, say you were handed $1,000 at this moment and you have to spend it on one thing, one dumb thing.
And we should say, we should say, Georgia and I recently took a job.
Yeah.
Can we say what it is? Sure.
Yeah.
People asked us to make like
People Magazine, not
People
just random
Magazine.
people.
Yeah, some people. An angry mob. People Magazine asked us to make like 12 videos for them in one day.
Wait, should we not?
We can say it.
Okay.
Who cares? And it was one day, and it wasn't a ton of money, and we were kind of busy, but we're like, let's just take this anyway. But we promised each other that with the money that we made that one day, that we would spend it on something frivolous and stupid and just
Something
fucking
we
blow
really
it.
wanted, but like, because we were both pretty frugal, so we don't buy ourselves things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Says the girl who spent $200 at Mac. I mean, at fucking
Sephora yesterday.
2 days.
But so we're up against this thing of like, what are we going to blow this dumb? Like, almost like Big. Like when when Tom Hanks gets his first paycheck in Big, like what stupid shit are you going to buy?
I remember that in high school getting
movie.
my first paycheck and being, I think I bought Doc Martens.
And like Silly String?
I bought a stereo for my car.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
But I was
and
going to
wheels
get
for my car.
and wheels.
I was a girl then too, but I don't know.
I would have, and my thing was that I was going to buy a mattress. Like the one big thing that I like don't spend money on. That seems,
Which I don't think is frivolous because
not
y'all
frivolous.
need to
But
sleep.
if you're gonna spend $1,000 on a mattress, you're gonna get a really good mattress.
yeah, you're gonna get
So
a
then
good
I'd rather
mattress.
spend $500 and get a good one.
No, get a good mattress.
Oh yeah, spend $1,000.
As a
on
person,
mattress.
you have insomnia. You don't sleep well. Get a good. It's the best. I'm like the most frugal person
I know.
ever.
Did I say
ever.
frivolous and not frugal?
No.
No,
I
you
said
used it
frivolous,
right.
and then you
Okay.
used it right. But a mattress is an investment.
I know,
Anyway,
I
Kat,
know.
$1,000. You had it.
Yeah.
What would you blow it on? But that's the backstory to this question.
Oh gosh, it's hard because I've been trying to make money to fix up my house, so I'd probably throw it into something like that, like redoing my floor, redoing my bathroom. But that's not quite.
It's like
frivolous.
a one day.
That's
like
not frivolous. No,
especially considering
this
I
is
live in,
dumb
like,
money. This
yeah.
is dumb money where if you don't spend it on something stupid, you don't get it.
Like, would you go to like? What if you've been to Sephora and you like bought all the stupid fucking face creams?
I would buy like every shade of nude nail polish.
Or like, would you spend it on like a buffalo hide or like some shit that
Yeah.
you're like, I don't
Man, what is it that I
need
A
this.
rug.
There's something that I want.
A
that
nice
I'm not
rug.
Thinking of. Yeah,
But it like
that's
kind
not
of
quite
frivolous.
Frivolous though.
I'm trying,
Yeah.
Georgia. You're waffling between a mattress, right?
Yeah.
I just want to go buy some clothes that aren't striped shirts. But I also need like patience and a tranquilizer for that because I go to shop and I'm just like, there's so many fucking shirts, and then I just see a striped one and I'm like, I'll just get this one.
I
and
know.
I think
get
I
out of
would
there.
like take everyone out for a drink. Like take a bunch
Oh,
of
that's
friends
fun.
out for a
Cute.
drink somewhere crazy. Like make them go with me somewhere outside of Los Angeles.
Dress up.
Yeah, and do something and just like 5 people.
Oh, nice.
You know, and we just all like spend that $1,000 just fucking off.
What about the Indian casino?
that would be really fun. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, like
What
I
about
would-
an RV but you hire a driver?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Go out to
something.
the
Let's go
desert.
right now, you guys.
Yeah, let's
I
do
know.
that.
I would do
You
that
know,
right now.
someone. Oh, you know who? And actually, you've worked with them, Garfunkel and Oates.
Yeah.
So one time, Ricky Lindholm told me that sometimes Kate McCucci, when they need to like work, will hire a helicopter to take them to Catalina, and they'll sit on the roof of a hotel and get their work done
I think that's so
and
important.
helicopter back.
I think you have to have a sanctuary that you go to, no matter what it is, that is like a private place where you're not gonna see anyone you know, and where all you're gonna think about is the thing that you need to like prep for
Yeah.
or do. I know. There's this podcast I really like listening to called Script Notes, and the guys that do it, one of them is John August, who writes all Tim Burton's movies.
Oh, wow.
And when he writes a movie, whenever he starts a new movie, he takes a notebook and a pen to somewhere isolated where his phone doesn't work, he doesn't have email, he doesn't have anything.
Wow.
And writes the first draft in a notebook with a pen.
Holy shit!
And doesn't do anything else, and then he gives it to his assistant who types it up.
Wow.
That's
Like
baller.
I just think it's really crucial to get away, and to compartmentalize that creative space.
Where do you go? What's a good place?
Well,
go-
she can't say it.
Okay, I know, but
I go to a few places. I have a few places that I go.
I always think about doing that, but then I
can give you some
get
recommendations.
distracted.
Okay. But one thing that I recommend to people that I like is various like super fancy hotel lobbies,
Ooh, yeah.
and you just find a chair with an outlet and sit there.
That is a good one. It sucks that there aren't really that many in this area.
Yeah,
Downtown.
there aren't.
Downtown
I know,
is
but I hate
rife
driving
with
downtown
them.
during the work day.
Sometimes you can get your parking validated if you spend enough money at the hotel.
Yeah.
There's certain hotels where you say, I'm meeting a friend here for lunch who's staying in a room. And then they're like, oh, okay, you just go in and parking. If you buy like a sandwich at our restaurant,
Yeah.
you'll get free parking. And you're like, okay.
dang.
And then you go in there and all day you lay by the pool and drink drinks.
I tried to do that. You know what happened
recently?
recently? The Roosevelt tried to charge me $35 just for a fucking chaise lounge on a Friday afternoon. There was nobody there.
Bullshit. I hate it.
I know.
But
What's another question? Do you have ghost or alien stories, Kat?
ghost stories?
Do you have any ghost or alien stories? Kat's and I chat a lot about dead people.
I know. You guys, more power to you. I get so sad.
Are really into
Murders,
crime.
murders.
But it's not about the actual murder.
Unsolved.
It's about the puzzles of the murder.
Yeah.
It's about solving the murder. It's about redemption.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Like it cracks a door to like how evil things are, and then I just slam it shut and go hide under a bed.
Oh, I'm listening right now.
It makes me feel like I'm in control of it.
Yeah, I know. Me
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm listening right now to In the Mirror. What's it called?
Oh, the likeness?
Yes. She's looking in a mirror on the cover, and that's why I thought that.
It's Tana French.
Tana French.
I
is
like
this
that book.
great-
I like all her books.
I just read In the Woods. That's what it was. In the Woods.
You combined a cover and the title.
Tana French, and I'm listening to it on audiobook. And
What is it?
It's a murder mystery. Detective. you
Oh, is
know.
this one you were telling me about?
Yeah.
It was The Woods.
The Woods. And
Zell's
so I finished
Woods.
that one, and it was kind of disappointing
Yeah.
at the end, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening
That's
to this
her
other
first
one.
book.
I like this one better. The Likeness.
Cat, do you
Yeah.
believe
And
in
it's
ghosts?
all Kat once made a list for me of like all the true like crime fiction to listen to
And true crime.
and true crime. Like Kat knows it all.
You know what? When I was a kid, there was this movie on TV called Fatal Vision, and it was about a guy who went nuts and killed his family with an ice pick. And for some reason, my dad was a crime reporter, so was my sister. So the like actual solving of crimes, and like my sister would watch them dredge up body parts from duffel bags in the river.
I want
and
to talk to her.
like, oh, she's like PTSD from it. But I grew up with that kind of stuff as my family's work.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my family was obsessed with this movie Fatal Vision, with this ice pick, and I was terrified of ice picks forever, and husbands and life. And for some reason, I just it's so crazy.
But not
that people-
dads?
Not dads. Not no. My dad never tried to kill us once with an ice pick. At least, I mean, axes and boulders and stuff. But you can outrun those.
Accidental poisonings and shit.
Accidental.
As a child, I would do everything I could to like make a murderer not be able to murder me while I was asleep.
Yeah.
And so I had like one of those day beds, you know, like with the trundle bed that came up underneath.
I
and
had
friends
that
came
too,
over. Yeah, and it was like, so it looks like a couch. The bed itself, you dress it sort of like a couch during the day.
Right.
Right? It has like a wrought iron frame.
Yeah.
And then there's pillows. This is important. Then there's pillows against the frame, and then there's like a bedspread on the top. So what I would make my parents do at night when I went to bed is I would lay up against the wrought iron, like flush against the wrought iron, my back against the wrought iron as flat as I could.
Oh, no.
And I would make my parents dress the bed around me as if I'm not in it. So that then when a murderer came in, they wouldn't know I was there.
Oh,
Did
God.
they send you directly to
And
therapy?
they wouldn't know. And they just did it for me every night. And then
Fuck.
and then I would also sleep. I would also cover myself in pillows because I was convinced that bullets couldn't get all the way through a pillow.
Oh my
So I
God.
was like, there was other times when I had different beds where I would just put pillows all around me in every single way, and then I just knew like, okay, if they shot me, it wouldn't quite be able to. But I hadn't read it in Cold Blood yet, and I didn't know.
No,
You had
Guys.
Kat, that is. I would send my daughter directly to therapy if she. I'm not
I would
not
also
making fun
count
of
my
you.
fingers and toes every night, so in case they fell off while I was asleep.
Do you know what I?
Well, that does happen.
I used to kind of wish I'd get kidnapped, so I knew what it was like to get kidnapped.
Why? I
don't know.
So you could survive it and it wouldn't happen again? Like you're
Yeah.
going to get kidnapped twice?
Yeah.
One time, my
Unless
brother.
unless you're like Rasputin's daughter,
I
which
know.
and
No, it's
actually
insane.
It was Princess Alexandria that
Right.
got kidnapped, right?
No, they all got killed, and then she came. Someone claimed she was her. But
Wow.
it wasn't. It was proven false.
Oh, good God!
They all
don't know
she
that
was
one.
murdered. They were all murdered.
Oh Lord. Okay, so why did you guys think that you were going to get killed or murdered or have
TV and movies.
Yeah, TV and movies.
And my like, and also like unsolved mysteries.
Oh God, that's it. Yes.
There was one time when
Oh, America's Most Wanted. John
Yeah.
Walsh scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
yes, America's Most Wanted was freaky as fuck.
Yeah.
because they were like, that man is out there and he's gonna get
Yep.
you.
He's probably hiding in your fucking bushes
that's
right now.
right. Yeah,
I went to Catholic school at a young age, and the kids in school, every morning we had to pray for things, and the kids, we were all so young that we didn't realize like what that was, and so we'd always pray for like the unsolved mysteries and the America's Most Wanted things.
Aww.
Like, I'm
that's a
praying
good
for
one.
the family of
That's sweet.
that was on America's Most Wanted last night.
That's sweet. John Walsh has a new show. And he talks about a family that the dad killed. I think it might be the ice pick guy, and then he burned them in the woods. This fucking dude, and he's still out there. This was like in the 70s.
maybe it wasn't. I don't know if it was them.
Was it in
I
the
don't
country?
fucking know.
But the idea that is it better to know that people can do that and live your life in a state of moderate pain and anxiety the whole time, or better to not know and then 1 out of a million someone jacks your shit and you're in a ton of pain for a little bit of time?
Won't happen. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know
Because
what you mean.
no amount of anxiety can prepare you for a fucker with a gun. Like, there's nothing, like, you're not like, oh, I got this. I got a pillow in my purse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like,
Tuck me in, Mom and Dad. There's a guy with a gun.
I know you've tried. You can't, like, you can sleep next to a bat. You can sleep with a fucking box cutter.
yeah.
You can, like, but
If some guy
when
just-
that happens, you're just gonna freak the fuck out.
You're gonna freak so why be so aware of it? Like, Georgia and I were in an elevator once, and a guy got in and was in the elevator, middle-aged guy, and got golf pants and a polo shirt, and got out, and Georgia. We were in New Orleans. Georgia was saying that the entire time she was paying attention to what floor he pressed, what his body language was, in case he didn't get off, in case he killed us. And I was like, you spent this entire elevator ride to the 8th floor, like, in sheer fucking horror.
It wasn't horror. It was more like, but
It's just like, what would we have done?
It was
What would we
more
have
like,
done?
well,
detective.
actually, if he had gotten off the same floor as us, I would have gone a different way because he'll know what room we're in.
What if he just was going to his room?
Well, what if he wasn't?
Oh, that's horrible.
There's a lot of long read articles I can give you that would make you do the same thing.
You know, I realized that I was in my hotel room for a few hours recently, because we travel a lot, and I realized that the door wasn't closed all the way, just for hours.
Oh my God.
Kat and I both have read so many fucking
Oh,
things.
no.
Like, that makes me want to.
I saw a crack of light, and I was like, oh shit.
The thing is, as much as I've read, I still do that shit. Like, the other day, I went home. I was exhausted. It was like middle of the day. I had a chance to take a nap. I went home, went inside, took a nap, and then I was like leaving. I was looking for my keys. I couldn't find them anywhere. I didn't know what to do. It had been like, I don't know, a couple
No, they
hours.
were not in your door.
They were outside in my front.
Fuck.
You're tired. I don't know. Yeah,
She
I
got murdered because she was tired.
She was tired. If she had 1 more hour of sleep, she wouldn't have gotten murdered.
But so are you more afraid of humans than ghosts, I'm guessing, right? And aliens?
I am definitely more afraid of humans, but as a kid, I was definitely more afraid of ghosts.
Did you ever see a ghost?
Yeah.
And?
I saw my friend Kelly and I had snuck into her elementary school. It's like back when you could do that in
Yeah,
the 80s. And we snuck into her elementary
night?
school. No, during the day, but all the lights were off. And I saw a ghost in the hallway.
What'd you
Just
see?
like
What'd you
walk by. It was like the shadow of a person without a person. It was like the person's shadow on the ground, like a human being outline shadow on the ground.
Oh my god, I have chills.
Go by, but not a person. And it took a long time. I was like, what's that shadow going by over there?
she
That's
see
how
it?
long it took. She was looking away.
It was just for you. It was just for you.
It was
My
the
eyes
shadow
are
of
tearing
a
up. That's so
teacher.
just the idea that could happen. Not that maybe it did.
it's so
maybe you were a
fun.
kid, but still, just the notion of it
I know, I
is
love it.
delightfully awful.
I
I
love
mean,
what about
it was
aliens?
yeah, and yeah. What about
I-
aliens?
I'm not afraid of aliens.
Do you believe in them though?
There must be something.
gotta be.
like that. Yeah, there's like, they were just saying on the news this week that that there's some planet that they found that has almost a very similar
Oh, sure.
Makeup.
makeup.
We
of-
didn't know that there was water anywhere else in the universe until like 1960, and then we're like, oh shit, there's a grip of water out there. Like, there's
Yeah.
all I mean, our
Although
solar
when
system
I saw
is.
Hubble at the IMAX. That
Oh, I didn't
Hubble,
see that.
It's incredible, but oh man, I had to stave off so many anxiety attacks in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna make me lose my shit. I
Because
can't.
it's huge.
That gives me more anxiety.
We don't know what anything is. It's huge, and it's just.
the vastness of it
It's
all.
amazing.
So
though.
I would say that on a day to day, I think more about scary humans.
Okay.
But deeply, what freaks me out is the universe.
Whoa.
Like, scary humans don't freak me out the way the universe does.
Well,
That
it's
makes
a scary. It's
In a
like
good way.
a-
It's, like, not
It's a
bad.
thought.
It's
Scary
It's an
humans
existential
have
panic.
been raised and have had lives, and they're not
Because I feel
mysterious.
like I can sort of solve the scary
Right.
human. Yeah.
They're not mysterious, but the fucking universe, and you'll never know
No one
about
will.
it.
Yeah.
You'll
Not
never
in
know.
our lifetime. I mean, it's
No.
you can actually go up to Mount Wilson and
Yeah.
go to the telescope that Hubble was just working on for like 25 years, and it's. I went up there a couple months ago with a group of people, and his locker is still downstairs, and it says Hubble, and you can. It's open, and there's like some papers in there, and
That's so bad.
it's insane.
That's so
But
cool.
Where was the Hubble 3D IMAX thing situation?
It was in IMAX theaters. It was like I saw it.
I didn't see that.
It was in San Diego or somewhere, but I saw it a couple years ago.
You guys, I've never been to an IMAX.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I've never ever someone needs to make me go to an IMAX movie.
I think the best thing I saw in an IMAX. The worst thing I ever saw in an IMAX was the Tim Burton version of Willy Wonka.
Oh no!
God, I haven't seen it, and I won't.
I got so sick. It was awful.
Yeah, they kind of make me nauseous
Because they're just enormous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's warped. It's not.
It is
great.
warped. Yeah. Kat, I have a slumber party question.
Oh, good.
That's my favorite question.
Oh yeah, she loves this one.
Okay, fucked up, weird. No one's around. Late night, midnight snack. Like no one's looking, and it's like your weird combination of shit that you're like, this is my thing. Lately, what have I been eating? Oh, I've been eating a handful of red grapes in one hand and a slice of Swiss cheese in the other, and I take a bite of a grape, and then before I chew it, I take a bite of the
Apples
Swiss
and
cheese.
string cheese are really
That's good. Yeah.
Let's see. Man.
Alie, what have you been eating?
Little dip of the spoon and some peanut butter.
Oh.
Little dip in Nutella. And then I take some whipped cream
in
and put it
jelly,
on top.
like you do.
No, Nutella, peanut butter, and then I put whipped cream on top, and then I just have a sink. I've had a sink full of spoons this week. Y'all know what that means. That just means I've just been eating mostly peanut butter.
When I work, sometimes like if it's like long hours, I have peanut butter just sitting next to me. And when I get hungry, I'll just go for it.
so good?
I know. Peanut butter. Let me think. There's something else that I've been doing.
I've been making some kale shakes lately, and I left one of them in my car. Ooh. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells bad.
That's gross.
That's not okay.
Oh, do you know what I did yesterday?
What?
This is embarrassing. I ate one of those. Like, this is not like. I mean, I like junk food.
Uh-huh.
I ate a fucking Mama Celeste pizzas. The gross discs of frozen.
You know what my favorite junk food ever that I almost can't resist, and part of the reason I probably like Disneyland is mall pretzels.
Oh,
Just with
hell
cheese.
yes.
I actually don't eat a lot of cheese normally, but that mall pretzel, like
buttery
shitty plastic cheese.
Yeah.
Alie, we had one in the airport
Favorite
recently.
Yeah, we went for
I
it.
can't resist that.
The
I get 'em
smell
without salt.
alone.
I try to be like healthy, get them without salt.
Fuck that. Salt isn't necessary.
When you walk past a Wetzel's in a mall,
yeah.
it's like it's
Yeah, I
almost.
can't resist it.
Yeah, it's like an assault. It's like it's a weird
An assaulted pretzel.
It is a seduction. You know what's interesting about the word
There should be a mall
seduction?
pretzel truck that just
Oh,
you can
what the
order.
fuck?
You can call
That's a
it.
great
and it
idea.
Why
comes
isn't
to your
there a mall
house,
pretzel truck?
and you can get it if you need it.
Can we throw
There
some
also
corn
should be-
dogs in there too?
Yes,
Okay.
that'd be good. Anything you would buy at the mall. That
Can
is
it,
like
instead of music box music, can it just be slap bass? Because it's just so
Porno
seductive and irresistible.
Actually, that would also work. My other fast food idea, a truck idea, is an El Camino that delivers burritos.
Oh,
I want
sure.
burrito delivery because the 24-hour burrito.
Do they make the burrito elsewhere and bring it to you, or do they make it
No,
off
they
the
make
back
it
of
in
the
the El
truck?
Camino.
Oh,
Like
when they
in the
get
back.
to you.
They open it up when they get there, and they make you a burrito, and then they leave.
Okay, so your burrito's not soggy by the time it gets to you because it's not the medium.
amazing.
Fuck, dude.
And also chocolate chip delivery, chocolate chip cookie delivery.
You know
That
there's
needs to
booze
happen.
delivery now.
Yeah, that's why I think they should team up
It's
with.
called an alcoholic boyfriend.
They should team up with chocolate
He just
chips.
comes over.
Brings you beer.
Yeah.
All you have to do is give him a hand job. It's fine.
Oh.
No.
Wait, what's another slumber party question that we're forgetting?
All of them.
Because we
Let's
don't have
see.
our we don't have our notes in front of
Kat,
us.
what's something that you do like on your own that proves that you're not a grown up yet? That you're like, how am I a grown woman and yet I still
do this stuff.
do what?
Why? What's yours, Georgia?
Oh God, let me think.
I do go to Disneyland by myself, and ride rides.
I
think
love
that's
that
okay.
so much.
I don't do it because I'm a creepy person. I do it because I genuinely just like to not think about anything for a second and go there. So I guess that's kind of a not grown up, but I guess that's sort of more of a I'm a grown up so I can do this thing.
I don't change the toilet paper roll sometimes. I'll just leave the toilet paper roll on top of the toilet paper thing.
That is the most un-Georgia thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's weird, right?
Because
That's
you're
a really
like,
good
if you see someone's like shoe untied,
Yeah.
like it will drive you crazy.
I know. Like I'll go to a stranger and be like, "Excuse me, your shoes."
Yeah. But for you to just be like, "Fuck this,"
I don't. That it's a recent
proud of
thing
you.
that makes me think that like I'm losing it, or maybe I'm getting better.
Maybe you're just loosening up a little.
Yeah, maybe I am.
Just like let entropy happen,
Yeah.
man.
What do
Yeah.
I do that's...
What about you, Alie?
What? That's like a not super grown up
That
thing.
you're like, well, I did knock my knees. So, like I tripped, and when I'm clumsy, I'm like, oh,
Really
super.
you're a grown up. You're not supposed to fucking.
How about the fact that I still haven't done my taxes, and the deadline is October 15th, and I'm like, I'll get to that.
I'm trying to get to mine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
This
like
is the first year I didn't do it, and it's you because I'm like, Allie's got her shit together. If she doesn't do her taxes right away, like it must be okay. And so I didn't.
I know a few successful people who are much more successful than I am that haven't done it yet. So
Like
I'm
Wesley Snipes, for
are
example.
we
Didn't he go to jail? Didn't he go to prison for tax evasion?
Yeah, I think Willie Nelson got. Yeah,
Willie Nelson.
yeah,
too?
Willie Nelson got.
It's like pay it now or pay $200,000.
No, I'm gonna have probably a little bit of interest, but I'm like, we've been traveling so much.
know.
I've been like, wait, a thing that you know what
It's hard.
It is. It's
really
a
hard.
lot of receipts, you guys. So many receipts.
Fuck receipts.
I got a guy. We need a guy.
we
I got a guy. I think
Oh,
the
we got a
most.
He's the best name too. His name's Frank Franco.
Yeah, his
Never
name is
not go to him.
Frank Franco.
Frank Franco.
I thought of something that was super immature. I don't iron shit.
Huh.
I don't iron.
You have a
shit.
built-in vintage
Actually,
ironing board in your apartment.
I want to get a steamer, so I don't.
Oh, it's the
So I
best.
can
George has
just
got one.
Steam
I
everything.
can tell you right this fucking moment, it is
Yeah.
one of the best investments. And it was like $50 too.
You
It's
guys
not
are
that
making me
expensive.
feel though that my whole like I'm not a child in like my whole entire life, like or that I'm not an adult in my whole entire
you're
life.
not an
Like,
adult.
I'm just a child.
No.
Like, I am not. All
You
this
play
stuff
with
is
toys
stuff I
for a
do.
living.
Your job,
yeah, I
is
don't-
to work with puppets. I should hope that you would have some whimsy in you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
you
really,
need
I
to
mean,
cultivate
I don't do,
whimsy.
I'm kind of like barely an adult.
Well,
at
Jim
all.
Henson said that the most sophisticated people he knew had the most childlike sort of inner personality.
Huh.
So take that from one puppet master to another.
Oh, I kill plants constantly. I can't keep a fucking plant alive. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
it's
Hmm.
can't.
hard. I'm in the process of killing
In the process,
a really amazing. I have a fiddle leaf fig that I'm so in love with, but it just won't stay alive.
I wonder if that plant is like so terrified of you, and it's like if I curl up, she won't kill me. Like you're a plant
'Cause I just
murderer.
spend all day yelling.
Yeah.
My cat eats the plant. That's
Oh.
I think the plant is more.
Well,
Oh my
It's
god!
his fault.
The cat's the murderer, and your plant is
Plant's
so
the
afraid
victim.
of.
My
Your plant
plant
just
is-
watches documentaries about cats all the time. Being like, I can avoid this fate if I know what to
How
do.
can I think more like a cat?
Yeah,
Should we do fuck that?
let's do fuck.
Okay,
that.
so fuck that is one thing we love so much that we want to fuck.
We would just
Lay it down.
caress it and slow bone it
And one thing we hate so much, we're like, fuck that. Let's end with positive.
on a good thing.
Goodness. Let's start with things that we hate.
It's gonna be harder for me to think of things that I love, so we should do hate
Okay.
first.
It could
Okay.
be anything. So,
Yeah.
Allie, what do you hate?
I hate it when someone's texting you, and instead of including all of their thoughts in one text and waiting for you to respond, it's hey, bing, what's up, bing, are you coming tonight, bing, I think I'm gonna wear a red shirt, and you're like, if you could put that in one text, that
Kat,
would be.
you totally do that.
Does Kat do that?
totally fucking do that.
Oh, Kat does do that. Oh shit, I was talking about a different friend of mine.
Kat, you totally
I
do
do
that.
it because I think of it conversationally.
Oh no, I did not mean to out you at all.
I don't mind.
I did not mean to out you.
love
I was
it.
talking about a different friend of mine who was texting me last
I
night.
actually tried to not do it.
I don't.
I was not texting Alie last night.
No, it was a different friend of mine last night, but it was like ding, 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 and I just
Yeah.
my blood pressure was still, and I was like, I can respond to all of that in one text so differently.
Yeah.
So I think
I
think.
appreciate this.
Do you? I didn't
Yeah.
mean to call you out.
No,
I
I don't
forgot that you
always do
do
it.
this.
I did. I didn't have to
tried.
point
We haven't
out.
texted in a while.
I didn't have to point out that Kat did it, but I fucking did. didn't I?
I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Kat, we haven't. I've been away, so we haven't texted in a bit.
I know.
But I'm so sorry.
We gotta catch up.
This is not an intervention. I swear. This is because of a different friend of mine. And a
I won't be
different-
able to control it anyway. So
Here's what's interesting about it is I've known this other friend for 10 years, and she never used to do this. And I
I know
think
who
that,
it is.
Do you?
Yeah. Same name.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Different girl. But she didn't used to do this, and I think she must have dated someone that did that a lot, and they must have communicated that way. Because I was like, "What do you? When did this start?"
Because also you don't know what you're answering, and if they know that when you're like, yeah, totally, and they're like, do you think I'm an asshole? And you're like, no, I meant I want to hang out.
Yeah, I totally think you're an asshole.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't like think of it until that you said,
just
hey,
give it
what's
a
up,
minute.
and then you're like,
You just give it a minute,
you wait until they respond.
write it all in the box, think, there we go.
But sometimes if you write it on the box, they think you're typing, so they wait.
Not the initial text.
Yeah. I think it's
I like this stuff a lot. So
I think it's
wanna hear about this.
I think it's like let's say that you were playing tennis with someone and you're like, fucking love tennis.
You don't
and then
wanna just keep hitting
You
balls.
just kept lobbing balls and you're like, just one at a time.
You want to have a volley.
We want to have a volley.
I am the kind of excitable person that would just keep
you just
hitting
like
balls
have a
because I'm so excited.
you have like a holster of tennis balls and you're like, I love this guy.
And the person's trying to hit back, but they're like, I'm gonna wait until Kat's done and lobbing balls at me.
Yeah, a little bit. So that's one thing I hate. I'm so sorry. This was not. I did
love
not
it.
even think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing I hate so much
Yeah.
that I'm like, fuck that. And it's like a simple one, but it actually gives me like a ton of anxiety to a point that I hate parking. The parking structures make me so anxious that I'll park. How's Alie doing when she just spilled an entire drink on her face? Let me explain this to you right now. She has this like creamy coffee drink. The ice to that thing where it flows at your face in one thing.
Here's the thing, you guys. It happened earlier in the podcast, so much worse. And you guys were talking, and I pulled my whole shirt up and wiped my face
I
with
saw
it.
you do.
I didn't know why you were pulling your shirt up.
because
but
you guys didn't notice, but
out of it.
I had a beard of iced coffee.
It's weird that I saw your bra and didn't think to go.
I didn't.
Oh, she's at home. She's.
I didn't want to interrupt you by being
Maybe
like.
she has some nursing to do. I don't know what's going on here.
I had like a goatee of iced coffee, and I didn't want to interrupt by drawing attention to myself, so I mopped my face with my shirt, and then it happened again, and
Maybe
you
it's that
noticed.
mason jar.
It is this mason
I
jar.
was
It's
questioning myself
very
that I
milky.
saw your bra.
I was like, how
and
do you guys
ask you about it?
I was just like, look away. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to like be like, hey, everyone, stop and
I
let's.
think I'm just so
I was
comfortable that I'm just like, whatever. There's a bra.
drenched in iced coffee. Anyway,
we're all friends
So
here.
we all learned that I'm disgusting. All right, one thing you hate.
Fuck parking structures. I will park. I will
What
park
is
a
it
mile
about them?
away to walk to the mall or whatever, rather than drive into a parking structure.
Georgia, I own a parking structure, so I really want to know.
What?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm joking. What is it about parking structures?
Oh, they're just so stressful. Like, but people don't know how to behave. Like, if you're waiting for a spot, that's fine, but pull off to the right so people can pass you instead of like
Yes.
making everyone line up behind you, or like people going very slow to look for a spot when it's clear that the fucking
go to the
parking
top.
spot
Just go up to the
is parking things are empty. Like, there's no parking spots.
Yeah.
So just drive to the top,
hate
or
that.
like people walking in the middle of the fucking walk, like in the middle of the. Can you hear my blood pressure rising?
But also, we should note in terms of interventions, we were driving in a parking spot yesterday.
Oh, I calmed down though.
And I missed a spot and kept driving. And I think Georgia was like,
No.
how can I punch her in the face? I was
No,
like, oh,
I've
did I
been-
miss it?
I've been purposely saying to myself, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's not yours to control. Like, I have to do that to myself when I go to parking structure.
Good for you. Wait, what's one thing that you hate?
You hate Kat.
My biggest pet peeve in the entire world, to the point where it has affected my life in several ways, is when people smack their food while they chew.
Oh, I'm
Like
scared to
in
do that.
restaurants.
Do it.
I can't even hear it. I can't. No, stop. I can't even hear it.
Does it distract you? And
It makes me insane. It makes me want to.
have I ever done it?
You have not done it.
Okay.
Like, it's to the point where if either of you did it, we would not be friends.
Okay.
It's that bad. Dustin doesn't do it. I guarantee. Like,
You like know who does it?
if there's someone where I'm like, I don't like that person, and you're like, why? That person's really great. It's usually because they smack their food.
and you're like, what is it about it?
It's the most inconsiderate thing. Besides not using your signal, like, it's so inconsiderate because it sounds like sex when you're trying to eat.
Oh, that's a good point.
And it's like, even today before I came here, I was like in like a diner eating breakfast, and there's this fucking girl across the room. She was doing a lot of things I hate. She had flip-flops on and had taken them off and had her feet on a chair.
Ew.
She was watching a video out loud on her phone in a restaurant.
No.
And smacking her food so loud that I could hear it.
Who was she?
Awful.
an awful human being. I wanted to punch her in the face. I wanted to. It's so hard for me not to glare daggers at these people, and it's been so bad to the point where I've left restaurants mid-meal because a person next to me is smacking their food so bad that I felt like I was their butterscotch pudding. Like I felt like it's bothered me so much where I've not dated guys that I've gone out with and they've smacked their food so bad that I've
Holy shit.
not continued to date them.
Oh no.
It's the thing that bothers it. I can't even explain how much it bothers me. And I think my mom has it too, because my dad, my whole entire life, has not been allowed to chew gum. And I think it's because he must smack his mouth when he chews gum. Because
also, don't take your fucking shoes off in public. It's a simple fucking rule. As my feet are in the middle.
No,
George's feet were like 4 inches from my face. I didn't notice, but
no, but it's not the same as stranger feet. And feet in a restaurant on a chair.
People who wear flip flops outside, especially in New York City, I'm like, you've got something wrong with your fucking brain.
Like public places, airports. It's
once I walked through a very congested city in Thailand in flip flops, and like a lot of things smell kind of bad sometimes. And I kind of walked through something that was like sewage, and I looked on the back of my calves, and it was just like Jackson Pollock of dried sewage.
That grosses me out
and I started crying.
Oh my god, I can't. Yeah.
Thailand sewage is not probably the same as...
No, the best thing about Thailand, though, is that you can fart with impunity because no one will ever know.
Because of the smells.
Because a lot of times cities don't smell great and it's very humid. And
there's a friend that always farts on airplanes because of the sound. You can't hear people farting.
You can't fart on an airplane.
Don't do it.
I won't
do it.
I do not fart unless I'm in the restroom.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
people that I can't physically do it. If you guys like, if
I hear you. I mean, I don't hear you because you don't do that. But I
can't. Not even silent ones. I can't do it.
There's
never know if it's going to be silent. Like, what if it's not? You know what I mean?
Well, I think that some people's buttholes have like an override where it's like, I won't let you.
Yeah, you're just
I won't let you. They're called women.
and you're going to have fucking colon cancer by the time you're 40.
Well,
probably.
I had a roommate who I had bought a new couch, and I was like, please don't fart on my couch, because she was like she was such a big farter. And of course that's the worst. Don't ever tell a roommate not to have sex on your couch and not to fart on your couch, because they will do both those things as much as they can.
Couches are just full of farts, right?
But so I was like,
just thought of
don't
that.
fart on my couch. And every time she would fart, I'm like, why'd you do that? And she'd be like, it's a barking spider. It's a barking spider.
Fucking, I think all roommates, I had a college roommate that used to use that term. And what is it with fucking college roommates and barking spiders?
I've never heard that before.
I love spiders. Don't do that to them.
I didn't go to college, so I didn't have a college roommate to say barking.
God.
You're really lucky you didn't have a college roommate.
They're
It's
the
not
worst.
great at
I had a
all.
roommate, though.
I don't think anyone should live with someone they're not having sex with.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Unless it's, your kids or something.
Well,
but like, you can't live with people that you're not.
Well, what if you're having sex with your
Well, I'm just saying don't do that.
With your kids.
Wait, Georgia, what's the thing that you love?
Okay, the thing I love so much that I'm like, want to fuck it is, oh my God. I'm way behind. I'm 5 seasons behind. But last weekend, I watched the first episode, and now I'm almost done with season 1 of Boardwalk Empire. And oh my God, you guys, it turns out it's amazing.
I've never watched it.
It's
I
so
love
good.
Michael Shannon.
You'd love it. You'd
Michael
love
Shannon
this show.
he's an actor on the show.
Which one is he?
Nookie?
Nookie. No. Nookie is, what's his
I don't know
name?
who he is.
The main character.
He's great. He's scary.
I don't know because I haven't seen this. I need to get into it.
The guy, the kind of ugly guy.
Did you see Revolutionary?
Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi is
Did you see Revolutionary Road?
Yes.
He is the crazy son of the realtor.
Okay.
I love this guy.
Are you sure you're not
terrifying?
Michael
Shannon.
Okay.
You guys, IMDb this.
He's
Alie,
so great.
Get on it.
What do you love?
It's my favorite place in Los Angeles. My favorite place in all of Los Angeles.
George's house.
It's Georgia's butthole.
Get in line. Get in line. Well, I smacked my butthole, so Pat, you would like.
Oh no! There's just a clip.
Smacked my butt.
Don't smack your butthole. Don't do it.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so it's in the Natural History Museum,
Okay.
right? You go to the Natural History Museum, and there's all kinds of great new halls. There's a dino hall. There's like slick mammal hall. Everything's nice and marble and polished. But you go to the second floor, and there's a bird hall, and the bird hall fucking sucks. And I love that. The
love
bird
the
hall
bird hall.
sucks. I love it.
It's
It
really
sucks in a way that it's dated.
Yes,
so
it's
dated.
like
The bird's feathers are all ruffled and
they're like
falling off.
there's some dust, like the carpets suck, and nothing is computerized. Like in order to see how birds' lungs work, you have to like lean on a button
That's
that
my favorite
inflates
shit.
like a
That's called
balloon.
a practical effect.
I love it.
Oh, God,
I love it, and I hope that they never redo the bird hall because it's really old and no one goes in there. But the weird thing about the bird hall is they have these alternate environments. So you go over a marsh, over like a planked
Yeah.
deck, and you're like, "This is a fake marsh," and I love it. And like people throw coins in it, you're not supposed to. And then you go past the fake marsh, and there's a rocky. It looks like an indoor, like a Disneyland exhibit. There's a rocky. Mountain, and there's a vulture eating a dead goat, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you keep going, and there's a rainforest.
I can't believe I haven't done
It's
this.
the best. You walk, there's a rainforest in
I've
the
seen
very,
other
very back.
parts of the Natural History. I've never seen that.
Because no one goes. Because the
I
bird
like
hall, you
that.
peek in the bird hall, and
I've
you're like,
been there.
no thanks. The bird hall is like
best.
raisins on Halloween. It's like, okay, like no one wants it.
Yeah.
But you keep going, back, way
Raisins
back.
on Halloween.
And so this rainforest is dark and it's terrifying, and it's like squaw, squaw, and kids are like, fuck no, and they get out of there. So there's no kids.
Good.
The only people in there are creeps, which is usually no one
probably
in
make
there
out
but
with
one
someone in
creep.
there.
I want to do things in that.
Ew.
It's like hello, because it's creepy. But you go into it. It's scary. It's dark. Your pupils dilate, and then you walk up these stairs, and you turn to the right, and there is a big fake ass creepy bird, and it's eating a monkey. What? And you're like, what the?
Where's the monkeys?
Is it animatronic or is it just
It's.
like?
I think
it's
the
just
eyes might
frozen.
glow, but it's one of those
Frozen
things
in
where you're
time.
like, no one would ever see it. It's terrifying. Kids hate it. But if you go to the Natural History Museum, go to the back of the bird hall, go up the stairs, look to your
We all
right.
go there together.
Yes,
you guys.
I'm
Los
there every
Angeles.
Wednesday morning.
I will come on a Wednesday morning.
Don't tell creepers that.
Well,
Next Wednesday morning, I'll come there.
I'm not in the rainforest. I'm just
Allie will be waiting with a blindfold.
I'll come there on a Wednesday morning.
I
be determined.
volunteer there from 9 to 12 usually, and then just come afterward. I'll
Creeper's
show you.
gonna creep. I'm telling you.
My
don't-
buddy, I know
no
a
one
lot of the
cares.
guys that do the like dinosaurs and the puppets there.
It's dope.
That puppet show is really awesome.
I'm sorry I talked so long about it, you guys, but I'm really passionate.
No, I
about
love it. I
Been there.
can't
It's
believe I haven't been
incredible.
there.
Yeah,
It
you need
sounds
to
like
go. It's
my-
very Disney.
in Tucson, where I grew up, there's a museum called the Arizona Wildlife Museum, and it is a giant museum of nature dioramas. So it's
God. Nice.
wildlife, but it's like all dead animals. And
love
it's a guy who was a hunter for a living, and it's his museum of all the things he killed.
Whoa.
And
Well, at least he's
it's
putting 'em out
all,
there.
Taxidermied and incredible. It's just beautiful in that way where you're like, okay, someone like clearly that like one tiger has been pet by way too many children because its fur is just gone and
matted.
it's all messed up.
Kat, what do you love?
I love stuff like this. I love like oh gosh, more than anything though. Sorry,
Swimming.
trying to
yes.
think. Yeah, I swim at the Rose Bowl pool, and that pool is the best pool in Los Angeles. I love it
Never been.
so much. There's 2 Olympic-sized pools. One is all short course, and it's a little warmer, like more like you could go there on a cold day and it will be warm. And then the other pool is a competition pool, which is a long course pool, and it's always a little cold so that you swim fast.
How
And
many laps do you do?
I try to do a mile every day. I try to go and swim a mile every day. I've been working a lot, so I haven't had a chance to do that much, but I love it. It's to the point where like people know me really well. Like they're like, Kat, have you not swam today? Because I'll be like total werewolf until I swim.
What about your hair? Doesn't your hair get
Yeah.
ruined?
No. Actually, the Rose Bowl pool apparently, and I can't confirm this, is half salt, half chlorine.
Oh.
So it's not as bad for you.
Okay.
Apparently.
So is swimming a thing that you would slub on?
Is it a thing that I would?
That you